A wife swap. I'm not talking about the Himba ethnic tribe where the men allow their male guests to sleep with their wives. I know technically that's not really wife swapping, it's more of wife gifting. I'm not going to touch on that today. But the tribe does come up a lot when you go down the wife swapping rabbit hole. I'm also not talking about when people in a relationship decide to, swap partners, otherwise known as swinging. I'm talking about a television show where families with different lifestyles or social classes swap wives and moms.
I believe in old-fashioned family values. Women need to be seen and not heard. Men don't know how to be men anymore. Oh boy. Don't get me or Tombstone started at stay-at-home dads. Excuse me, my husband is a stay-at-home dad, and he's definitely a man.
So the first week, the wives live by the new family's rules, and the second week, the wives can now impose their new rules to the new family, and this usually gets a lot of pushback.
It is time to pull the plug.
I need my yellow cord in the wall.
You'll be cooking for everyone.
What?
With a full face of makeup on.
This is over.
Dad!
So I wasn't planning on ever watching the show until this queen showed up on my For You page, and I knew I had to watch her episode.
Oh, smaller than my house.
Hi, my name is Naomi Ngendo. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get into it. Right off the bat, you can tell what kind of mom she is.
I'm not playing with you.
A no-nonsense mom
Daniel, upstairs now.
who demands respect from her family.
I was about to say she reminds me of my mom when I saw the clip on Instagram, but seeing this, she seems to be so much more of an authoritarian. She actually reminds me of an English teacher I had. She was so scary, but I still loved her at the same time. I hope she's living her best life wherever she is. So Kemi is all about respect, children respecting their elders, and being a Nigerian American family. She doesn't like the disrespect American kids have towards their parents. I'm guessing that's a bit of foreshadowing for what's to come. And just an observation, but I really like her relationship with her husband. An African. I don't know if I'm projecting or not, but I feel like most of us never saw our parents being all cute and in love. I have literally never had my mom say,
I love being his wife.
I don't know if I'm projecting. I'm sure they probably love each other, but I never saw it. So Kemi is a disciplinarian. It's going to be so fun to see how she deals with the other family's kids.
What do you think your mom will do if the children in the other house are disrespectful?
Beat them with a bow.
Do you like to see that? No, I'm just kidding. Don't hit children. Even though I have scars on my arm where I was pinched by a teacher because I did something probably stupid.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine.
Then we meet the Mullis family. The mom's name is Nikki, and the word to describe their kids is spoiled. They're like the complete polar opposites of the Akibonde's family.
Our kids are spoiled.
My kids are not spoiled. Where's the charger?
The charger stays with me.
No, I need the charger.
I don't care.
They're rock.
Whatever, they're not spoiled. My kids are
Watch and
angels.
see.
Let me say this about the Mullis' family and Nikki. They do not remind me of any mom or family I've ever met. Can I do a bit of foreshadowing? After I'm done watching the episode, I'll look up Nikki and her husband's relationship and see if they're still married. I don't know, there's something about them.
I've had 4 husbands already. And if Scott doesn't step up soon, I'm going to be looking for number 5.
Is the car here yet? 'Cause she needs to go.
You better be worried about if I come back.
The way they're interacting with each other, I don't know. I'll put a pin on that. After I'm done watching this episode, I'll go see if they're still married. Honestly, my guess is probably not. So it's time for the swap.
Keegan!
What?
I can't get no hug.
No.
I love you. Are you gonna be a good wife for mommy?
Gonna miss me.
No, I'm not.
To the wife coming in, I would say good luck. You're gonna need it.
Look at how different the goodbyes are.
If this family expects me to cook, then they're gonna be in big trouble because I don't like to cook.
Oh, smaller than my house.
That's a big old driveway. Are you kidding me? You need a 4x4 to get up in there.
So they walk around the new family's house, not so secretly judging.
She does a lot of cooking. I hate cooking.
That is game in a child's room. That's a no-no. Okay, I have my work cut out for me.
So the wives usually write a manual to guide the new wife. It's kind of like a rundown on how they do things.
Our house is a very playful and joyful Nigerian home. Because we are Nigerian, I call my husband what? Alowi Orami. Wow, they really are from Nigeria.
Not doy, Nikki. The playful, joyful Nigerian home really is from Nigeria. What an astute observation, Nikki.
I have had 4 marriages, and he's had 2. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I do get that reaction. I've never met anyone who's been okay, I've met one person who's been divorced, but 4 marriages, 2 marriages. I'm sure they're out there, but I've personally never met them.
We work together to instill strict discipline in our children. Oh, hell no. Yeah, good luck with that at my house.
I like how Nikki laughs when Kemi says that they like to instill discipline in their kids. She's like, discipline in my house, we hardly know her. And not once does Kemi worry about how her kids will react to the new mom.
It is important for our children to learn and do chores. We don't allow our children to go out after dark. Why? This house reminds me a lot of the house that I grew up in, and when I was growing up, I couldn't do anything about it, but I can help this household.
Learning about Nikki growing up in a household with so many rules kind of make me get why she lets her kids do what they want. And that makes me like her. Whose side am I on? I know it's not a competition, but I do not want to come up with a lame conclusion that both households have tied for first place. Such a cop-out.
It's now time for the wives to meet their new husbands and families.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
What are y'all doing?
They bow to show respect.
I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Are these kids literally bowing at my feet? My kids ain't bowing to nobody.
Go, Nikki.
Nice to meet you.
No, I'm to Nigeria.
What do you think about all this?
I thought you were our color.
You got a problem with that?
Don't be rude, Danielle.
No, we're not gonna get.
I always usually forget that black people can be racists too. Kids really do say the darnest things, right?
How do you feel to have a new mom in the house?
Better than our old mom.
Whoa!
Oh, I grabbed myself a few times from backslapping the child.
Oh my goodness.
Not gonna lie, I would have laughed at that moment, but we can't all be the queen now, can we? And now it's time for Nikki to face her greatest challenge, cooking.
I hate cooking.
She says she would rather get shot in the face at close range than cook, and then we cut to her attempting to cook. I guess to answer the question of gunshot to the face or cook, Nikki chose cooking.
Who gonna do some cooking?
All of us.
I am not happy about the cooking. So it doesn't mean it matter if the beans broke up?
No.
Having to cook.
Just like sprinkle all over.
Sprinkle all of it to make it.
A little bit more. Okay, a little bit more on the other side. Okay, no. Stop it. Go ahead.
Just a little
That's
bit,
okay.
Mom.
Okay, that's perfect.
The Kibondes really do cook together, and they're all helping Nikki, the kids. Kemi raised some very good babies.
Nikki usually goes and gets the food. Where y'all want to eat?
Submarine penguins.
But she doesn't cook. She'll cook.
New person in the house, she decides. She decides. What part of that did you not understand?
No, he didn't just say that.
Look at the way she looks at the camera. She cannot believe this is a kid disrespecting the parent. Good God, somebody hold her back. You know how they say there's just something about good food? Because Nikki is here opening up about her struggles to Kemi's husband and Kemi's kids. It's a cute moment.
Are you coming to join us to eat?
I usually eat it here. Peace and quiet.
Okay. I don't believe it's called eating in the bedroom. We're in the same house. We're husband and wife. You need to talk to me. You didn't marry a roommate. I am not a roommate. I'm your spouse. That we talk.
You tell him, Kemi. I really like her. So authoritarian in my mind has always been kids being afraid of their parents. Not this kind where, yes, the rules are strict, but they still enjoy each other's company. I thought I was here to gawk at the cultural differences, not actually learn something. Guess that's the power of wife swap, huh?
What are y'all doing?
Working on businesses.
So you don't feel like this takes away from friends and having friends, or
I don't need friends.
We have each other. We don't really have friends.
If they're not adding to my life, then there's no point of them being my friend, so.
Okay. I think that it's weird that these kids are only friends with each other and never go out on their own. I think they're being brainwashed by their parents. I feel disgusted. I thought that these parents knew what they were doing with these kids, but after sitting there listening to that, I'm not so sure.
I think there's nothing wrong with turning a hobby into an online business, even if you're not making much money. It's something you like doing, you enjoy doing it, it's a hobby. But doing just that and not having any type of social life, I can actually see Nikki's point. See, I'm not completely biased and siding with the family that most resembles mine. I'm on Team Nikki on this one. Can't wait to see how she deals with that.
You know, communication is very, very important.
And that could improve.
So you're willing to like leave the room during dinner time to eat with the family?
Oh, absolutely. If there's cooked food in there, I'll go right on in.
Oh, if there's good food, it cooked. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, TV in the room.
Oh, you don't like that?
The room is where the magic happens. We don't have time for TV. Your wife is supposed to be your TV when you're in the room.
I'll hit mute.
No, baby, the bedroom is where the magic happens. If we're not looking at each other's eyes and seeing stars in them, then we're supposed to be getting busy. And if we're not getting busy, we're supposed to be sleeping, not watching TV.
Okay, I'm back on Team Kemi. So after observing everything that goes on, it's time for the moms to set some new rules. Nikki's rules are the kids should put their businesses and books aside and try something new and spend time with friends. You know, that's fair.
sorry.
Girls, make plans with your friends because you're going to go out in one night and you can't come back before midnight.
Kemi's rules. The husband should get more involved as a parent and husband. Everybody should help cook and fix up some house they're renovating. There's no TV on school night, no TV in the room. Again, seems pretty fair.
Hey, Keegan. Keegan, what's going on? Talk to me. Because I took the TV out of your room, you wanna go for a walk? Okay, me taking the TV out of your room is not the end of the world, okay? You have to find something else to do in place of that, okay? You don't wanna come downstairs and play with us anymore for the night? You sure? Okay.
So Nikki's kids are all very small. The oldest is 10 years old. If another mom came to my house and took away my TV, I would also be pretty uncontrollable. I totally get the reaction. Okay, I didn't have a TV in my room when I was 10. What was I obsessed with when I was 10 years old? Probably my pencil case that had a jigsaw puzzle. I know it's not as cool as a TV in your room, okay? I'm just trying to be relatable. But I totally get his reaction. So apart from the TV incident, honestly, all the kids seem to be okay with the new rules. Kemi's kids went out and played some games and they seemed to have so much fun. And Nikki's kids surprised me. They were actually willing to help cook. They were willing to help work on the rental property the parents were working on.
Ready for action. Do I need this?
Wow, I guess spoiled doesn't necessarily mean that they're not willing to, help their family do stuff. It's very nice to see.
I'm glad we got to do this as a whole family.
Yeah, it's a whole family. It's so fun.
The girls get ready for their marathon night on the town.
How do we look?
It's important for the girls to get time to themselves. They're adults. They need time away and time to mingle with their friends. David is not happy about it.
If Nikki is doing this kind of rules in our home, I think she's just gonna raise people that are going to have issues. They might have failed marriages like what she just had.
I honestly don't believe that. I've met some pretty wild people who are raised in both strict and not so strict households. I believe kids grow up to be exactly who they're meant to be. So the least you can do is do your best and hope they find their way. This is speaking as a future parent with all my negative 5 years of experience.
Instead of you watching that game console every day, I'd rather you just read this. Have you heard of that?
All it takes is my interest.
Oh, really? And you have one right now? Wow. Can I have a hug? I am so happy right now. I'm proud of you.
Honestly, Nikki's kids have really surprised me. Wasn't this kid hysterically crying because they took away his TV? And now he's all for reading books. We're at the final stretch. Please bear with me. It ended up being way cuter than I expected. I was expecting so much more drama. And it's time for the wives to go back home and they all meet up, to discuss their experiences.
I really can't describe how I felt when your kids got down and bowed.
Annika, with the pageants thing. The way I see pageants is that it's giving them false sense of security.
In your house, Kimmy, your kids, they're working on their businesses and stuff, but adding up what they bring in by the month, they're making like 19 cents an hour.
I had to go to the rental property, and Scott just dropped me off there and left.
How's that?
That pissed me off. I wasn't happy about it at all. I believe we're supposed to do it together.
Okay, well, that ain't all. He don't have time to talk to me. He's either looking at his phone, looking at his TV.
He took his dinner and went straight to the room.
Oh, yeah. You probably had more conversation with him in a week than I've had in 2 years.
I like how they go from pointing each other's parenting mistakes to roasting Nikki's husband.
And I told him, I said, I don't believe TV is supposed to be in the bedroom.
I don't either. I'm so glad you told him that.
Also,
I've been telling him take that TV out of my bedroom.
That TV needs to leave the room. That's where the magic happens.
Right.
TV is not supposed to be in your bedroom. Yes, girl.
Magic happens in there? What kind of magic?
Well, you don't want me to give you manuals right here, do you?
Girl, you gotta give me your number and tell me about this. I'm gonna call you if you don't get rid of that TV tonight.
She said game.
I want to see some magic tonight.
What? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Look at Scott's face. Oh, wow, Scott. So that's pretty much it. They exchange notes, then they roast Scott. Okay, good. They learned something. Very good. Giving the kids a little bit more independence. I'd like to see that. Oh. Oh God, I saw this coming. At least now I don't have to Google it. Oh, it's sad. I'm laughing because I was right, but it's never fun when a family has to split up. And that is wife swap. I was honestly expecting way so much more drama. That was pretty mild compared to what I was thinking was going to happen in my mind. I liked it. I really, really liked it. And it's time to announce a winner. Of course, there are no winners, but they're winners. But they're no winners. It's not a competition, but they're actually winners. I am all for Kemi and her husband's David's parenting style. I really like them. And I think that's mostly because that's the kind of parenting style I grew up around. And I think I turned out to be pretty fine. Thank you so much for joining me and watching with me. I really do appreciate you. I would very much like to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.